Okay, let's see.
Me or Jordan?
It's you.
It's you.
Myself?
Yeah.
All right, just keep it moving. Just because I don't want to hear Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan's last tonight.
Pancake again. We don't need to listen to this.
We don't.
Pathetic attempt. So.
That was actually my nickname in high school.
No, it wasn't. Don't you lie to me, boy. All right. So. My topic is actually based on something that I've experienced a couple times for the past couple days. Okay.
Okay.
First on Saturday, and then really hard this morning. Like it hit me out of left field.
Jordan.
What?
You literally can't say anything without you being like,
what did I even do?
Sonny, it's an inside joke. You smile. I watched you.
Because I thought of something I could say with this topic. I know what it is.
Oh, I thought you were laughing because he said something about he woke up and it was hard or something.
No.
You pervert.
You literally.
I guarantee that's what Jordan was
exactly
laughing about.
No.
Guaranteed.
I knew it.
No.
I
thought of something I could say.
That always happens. I usually have to tell Jordan to shut up before he says it.
Exactly.
That's also when I tell Jordan to shut up.
All right, sorry. Continue, Weston.
So
not what I was thinking.
What hit me were sensations
Liar.
Okay. What
Go
hit
ahead.
me were sensations of deja vu. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it hit me hard a couple times in these past few days. So I was wondering, what do you guys believe, from your opinions, deja vu actually is? And what are some of the most memorable events or the weirdest events that you can remember?
I just
that
had
have
it
been in
like
deja vu.
It's a glitch in the
5 minutes
Matrix.
ago.
It is.
I experienced it
That's what
like
it is.
5 minutes ago because I could have sworn that we talked about anime last week and the week before and the week before, and now we were back. That's
yeah, but
what I
there's such
thought.
different
Shut up, Jordan.
topics. Shut
That's
up,
what
Jordan.
I thought, and you're like, "Oh, you're not funny,
That's not
Jordan."
what you were laughing at.
Okay, you think whatever you want there.
It's a glitch in the Matrix. Fantastic movie, by the way. Check it out.
You really should.
Ooh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I've ever had deja vu.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. I've had instances where like, oh yeah, this is similar to something I've done before, but like nothing like whoa, like because I know a lot of people talk about it like it's this huge thing where it like kind of takes you back for a sec.
Yeah.
Like I've never had that.
I've had very minor instances of it where it's like a, I'll be sitting somewhere and it'll just be like, holy crap, I've done this before, or like I've seen this before, but never. Weston's told me a few moments he had, and mine are nowhere near that level.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the stuff that he was telling me about I know, not trying to be mean, it's freaking weird.
Oh,
okay?
I agree. That's
Like-
why this hit me. What
Like,
it hit me
oddly
was weird.
specific. Like
Oh,
No,
here,
like-
tell him what you told me about when you were in high
Okay.
school.
Speaking of high school memories, I didn't even think about to bring this up during that time, but
You were saving
Yeah.
it for your topic.
sure.
True.
I actually just wasn't even thinking about this at all. And it's also not a favorite one because this was really weird for me.
yeah.
It's bizarre.
I was sitting in a room with about 3 friends, okay?
Mhm.
Now, some people would chalk this up to the fact that I knew my friends pretty well, but I reached a point where I felt the deja vu kick in, and I was saying the same lines they were as they were saying them.
Whoa.
Like, that was how well I was, like, how deep into that deja vu I was. It was the weirdest thing ever.
That's
Like,
crazy.
as they were saying things, I was saying it with them. Like, after about 3 or 4 lines, I was like, I've heard this exact thing. And I started saying it, and it was exactly at the timing and the way that they said it.
That's weird. That's awesome.
That's not. Yeah, it's crazy, but
It's not
that's
the weirdest
That's
I've heard
not
either.
outside of the realms of understanding. Like when you know people and especially like what like your context, what's going on, what you're watching, how things, the atmosphere would feel and stuff. You can tell what's going to be said a lot of the times. Sometimes if you know someone and like where things are going, it's pretty crazy that you can keep it going for a while and be spot on. But it's not outside the realms of me being believable, I guess. For me.
And if you guys knew me in high school, you'll know that I was never that close to my friends. So I don't know if I'd ever say I was able to fully predict what somebody was going to say, but I get what you're saying as well. There is a point where you do know some people well enough that you can kind of have an idea of how they'll respond. Like, I know that Jordan's going to respond to something stupid eventually. I mean, I can predict that. I love you, Jordan. But,
I really doubt
I
it
was
some
just
days.
I was just waiting for you to say, "I'm sorry, I annoyed you with my friendship."
It makes a lot of sense, actually. I was kind of thinking.
I don't know if
Was
I ever said
that
in my life.
jingling in the back of your
It
mind?
actually wasn't, believe it or not.
Sure.
Surprising.
Sure. But
yeah.
regardless,
That's crazy.
I don't know. What do you guys think of that kind of stuff? Like, how do you understand it?
It depends. I think there's different kinds of deja vu. It's about the same thing usually, but it hits you from different sources. I think like there's specific deja vu like visual where you see kind of stuff like the whole the the black cat, walking by Matrix style, deja vu kind of thing. Like, wow, I've seen that somewhere kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But and that's happened to me before, but that's not usually what gets me. It's usually a smell or a feeling that just awakens a memory. Like,
oh yeah, dude, that happens all the time. Yeah.
Like I was,
With smells.
gosh, I can't remember where I was walking, but it was just this. It was just about to rain, or it rained a little while ago, so there's that smell in the air.
Yep.
There was a decent,
one of my favorite smells, by the
decent
way.
breeze,
Yeah.
the right temperature, and it was just the architecture around me, and it felt like I was walking in Paris again. Like I felt like I was there because that's exactly the way it felt. Whoops, hit the mic, my bad. When I was studying abroad and I was over in Paris, it was weird. It was like, what the heck? Like,
See,
like it's that feeling,
I've had a few similar where it's like it takes you back to a place, but does that count as deja vu though, or is that more
I
of
consider
a
that more nostalgia?
like
than
it's yeah?
deja
Because
vu.
it's almost seems like it's more of a nostalgic event
Sure.
would be what I was thinking.
I think it
as well,
depends
but
on how strong it is, though.
maybe because I know there's a few moments where it's like I just had one a couple days ago. Where was I at? I was with Logan somewhere. I forget like what we did, but I had like a moment of like someone's gonna walk through that door. Like I've seen this. Like there's gonna be, and then like, but then no one did. Like in my mind, it was like I've seen
Sure.
this happen, and someone came through that door. Like it wasn't right. Like you were saying, you could predict it. Mine was I've like seen the situation, and I've seen everything around, but what I thought was gonna happen wasn't right.
Probably card
like
shop, I'm guessing.
it might have been the cards. I honestly forget where we even were
Yeah.
at. It was just one of those things though where I'm like, I had the moment of like I've been here before. It's one of those things where I was sitting there like I've seen this. All these people were here. I know this has happened, and I was just waiting for someone to walk through the door, and it never happened. So I don't know.
See, there are a few explanations that I've heard, many of which I disagree with. A couple of them that I've heard, like one of them that I don't quite think is correct, but I've heard some people stand adamantly by it in the scientific field, is the fact that it's actually a lapse in the connection between your left and right sides of your brain. So it really did just happen, but it was like a fraction of a second ago, and your other side of your brain is just now catching up to it. I don't quite buy into that one, but that is one explanation I have been told by a psychologist back at UNI. So
Well,
I don't
just
know.
because if there was a lapse doesn't mean the other one's not working the same time and speed. They just be having different. It's like where that the connector is cut, and you literally have two different brains. Then, like your hands can do different things, have different minds of their own, pretty much, but they're still doing it at the same time. So that doesn't make sense to me. But
Exactly. That's why I was saying I don't really buy into that one, but that was one of them that this was somebody who had graduate degrees and all that stuff in that. I don't quite agree with it, but that's what I was told.
Yeah.
Another one that I was told was it's in part a sensation of where you have a very similar memory that you can't quite piece all of it together. So what you're doing is you're taking what's here, and it's very similar to that memory that you don't have 100% complete. You're kind of combining the two into one. You're trying to fill in the gap of the memory that you just can't quite recall.
Maybe that's what happened wherever I was at with you, where I was like, I know this has happened, because we've been there before.
Yeah.
Maybe someone walked in the door that time, and I was just like, oh yeah, it's gonna happen again. Maybe, I don't know. That would make sense.
I mean, that's one of them that I kind of come closer to than the first one.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times when it does happen to me, it's someplace I've been before,
yep.
and I may not remember it very well, but I know I was there before anyway. So that's usually when it kicks in, and that's why I buy more into that one, where it's just an incomplete memory being combined with the current experience.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Makes sense.
So that's one way that I can buy in. Like, there are many different ways we could take this, so that's why I was pitching
Makes
this to you guys
sense.
and getting your guys' thoughts on it.
No, I mean, yeah, there's definitely a few times, like I said, where I've had that moment where I was just like, holy crap, like this has happened. But nothing anywhere close to the level where you had it, where you were, finishing the conversation or reciting the conversation. Like I've never had that before. But there's definitely been a few moments where back in high school, it's like, holy crap, this has happened. I've been in this exact spot doing this exact thing. But now high school, though, is more of a, you're on a schedule. You repeat the same thing every day. So going back to your other theory, I guess, or not your theory, but the one you brought up of, maybe it's a memory that you wasn't fully there. that would make a lot more sense as to why it happened a lot more to me when I was in school versus now. Because nowadays, my days are usually pretty different. Like every single day, I don't do the same exact thing. So maybe being on a schedule like that. What? My days are different.
Are they?
Yeah. I don't.
Logan's just laughing over there.
Sorry, I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing.
Don't lie.
No, I was laughing at what Joel just.
Oh, I saw that too. That's funny. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like that stuff doesn't usually happen in the crazy unique things. It's usually monotony that kind of causes that stuff.
Which is why I'm saying, on a schedule, you're doing the same thing over and over every day.
Yeah, monotony.
I'm very I'm a very schedule oriented person, and I love being.
I like routine. Usually when routine is when it happens. So
I love routine, but I've never had it before. I've never had deja vu. I don't know why. I didn't realize it was I thought it was a very rare thing to happen, but it seems like a lot of people have it.
Most people I know have had some instance of it.
I think it's varying degrees, though.
To varying degrees.
Very varying degrees.
I legit
extremely.
cannot think of a time when I've actually had it.
Yeah, because I don't know. It's one of those things where I would love to know exactly what it is, I guess, and I know you would as well. That's why you brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's weird because there's some times where it's like I know I've dreamt of this. It's like this has been in a dream. I know for a fact it's
that's
been
something
in a dream.
else. Totally entirely different.
Well, I think
the
it's
dream
deja
stuff.
vu though, where if you dream
dreams
something,
going crazy stuff.
Well, yeah, but if you dream something and then 3-4 weeks later it happens, and you're like, it brings you back. You're like, holy crap, I've experienced this in a dream.
Yeah, I've done that.
Mm-hmm.
That's deja
Kind
vu
of,
though, right?
Not really.
Isn't that more
Great movie,
deja
by the
vu
way,
than
but-
Inception?
Amazing movie.
Inception's planning an idea. but-
Yeah.
You plan an idea in their head, and then
No, it wouldn't be deja vu. It's kind of just like, I don't want to say prophecy, but it's like you dreamt it.
I'm a prophet.
That could be reality, and that just happens to be somewhat similar to what actually occurs.
It can also be a self-fulfilling prophecy, if you will. Like you've kind of dreamt it, and thus you make it a reality because that's what you understood in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So prophecy is a way to put it. I would just add self-fulfilling.
Have you seen Inception, Jordan? If
Yes.
you haven't,
I have.
Good deal.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, spin the
it's
top.
fantastic.
See, I know I've seen the movie. Yeah, spin the top.
It's in my top movies. So.
It is in my
It's
top
a
movies.
great movie, honestly.
It's great.
Also, Dan, can you do me a favor and grab that water bottle next to the computer?
You mean Michael Secret stuff?
No, the actual water. There's nothing in the Michael Seeker stuff. Thank you, Dan.
Yes.
There's water.
No, that's empty.
No.
He used it all up.
Mm. All right.
Fourth quarter Space Jam.
Any other thoughts, or should we move along to the last one?
I think it's just when the agents change.